the classic kata is he's going to come in with a left, we're going to block, he's going to come in with a right, I'm going to come up with this shot in the face and then right down. So you'll see some similarities with some of the other ones that we've seen, like Shihaku, because it has this feint, and Kako, because it has this feint built into it. I've taught the other ones kind of with a different lesson, and we could have taught those as kind of like feinting. But this one, we're going to kind of concentrate a lot more on that. All right, just to make sense. So in the end of this class, I basically want to get to a point where we're really looking at how can we use feints really well and how to sell them more than anything else, so we don't really have to do a big movement to actually make the feint work. It's more the intention that's being thrown to it than anything else that actually gets the movement. Part of this is having plan A and plan B both ready to go at the same time. Imagine, so now the uke is going to play a bigger part. That first one comes in, I'm over here. As this second one comes, I may or may not move to this feint. All right, so if I come in, he doesn't move, and I come in, I'm gonna go get him. All right, I'll be cognizant of your glasses and not, mark them all up. But if Arden does move, I go in, listen, he doesn't, then I go to kick. Okay, so I don't want to see a situation where it's like 1, 2, oh shit. Okay, because I'm always going for this. I'm always going for his face, none unless he takes it away. So your intention is always going for the face, always going for the face. Oh, face isn't there, then I kick. I'm going for the face, face is there, great, I got the face. Make sense? So you're not doing this just to go, hey, kick. You're doing this because I can't do this anymore. We can look at this in so many different ways. We could look at this as that first punch came out and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then as it comes, oh, now I'm coming back into it. We could look at this as, okay, we're gonna, I'm gonna punch, I'm gonna do something at some point in time, and you're kind of just half on the edge of your seat waiting for it to happen. Matt and I are here kind of squaring up, like he knows I'm gonna try to hit him. He knows this is gonna happen. He throws that first one out. He's that way. He knows I'm gonna do something. He knows this. So as he throws that second one, like, oh, he's like, yeah, he knew I was just waiting for my opening to come in. So he's almost reacting because of a preconceived notion. Okay, so let's look at this as two guys that kind of are being, I don't say offensive and defensive at the same time, but they're cognizant that that person is going to attack. So they're kind of on the edge of the seat. Oh shit! I gave you that opening. Does that make sense? That's one way to look at this. There's multiple ways we can look at that. That's one. Are we engaged or are we not engaged? Okay. The other way we can look at it is I'm throwing the feint on purpose to get him to move and then kick him, or it just didn't happen and I have to have plan B at the ready. So right now, that situation was we're both in an altercation and I'm switching to plan B because plan A didn't work. Okay, so now we're going to look at, I'm not ready. I do have plan A and plan A doesn't work. So I'm going to keep the second part of it. And I'm going to try to sell the feint a little bit more. So we can imagine I'm here and Matt throws that left out and I'm, whoa, just really kind of backing up. Like, geez, what's going on? Hands are even going to be like kind of down a little bit. I wasn't quick enough, or I wasn't astute enough to get here. That wasn't my reaction, but it was just this came in, Jesus Christ. So Matt knows, I'm even kind of backing up a little bit. So this is like, oh, that right is got just right. It's coming right. He's like got it clenched already. He's just ready to go. And so as he does, and I, whoa, you bastard, come in, that's now going to have more of an effect. All right, because I got a couple things going on. I'm not only just like being here and going, okay, Matt, I'm going to come over and get you. I'm actually almost like I'm running away from this. Hands are down. So now, as I get in position to come get it, even this comes up is almost more shocking. Have you ever played like a cat that just turns on you? Mm-hmm. Right? And how shocking that is. Like, oh, this purring. It's like, oh, geez, it just goes nuts. It's kind of like that. I want him to think that this is, or maybe just be in a position where that's going to happen. This is an easy win. This guy's backing up. His hands are down. That right's going to happen. And as that comes in, like, I don't think so. And all of a sudden, boom, there's that other cat. Remember, I said we were going after A and kind of quitting on A when A didn't work. Now I actually want to make this an actual feint. Okay? I actually want to make this a feint. I'm going to do this as a setup. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring in something from Kukishin Venyu, from the Hapobiken, Kasagai Dome, which is basically throwing intention. All right, the ability to basically put something out there that someone believes, right? And they're like, oh my God, look at that. You know, this is happening. You know, throw that intention out and keep that intention there while I kick them. The ability to like make Matt go and do something, look somewhere, because I'm throwing this intention to him so much that that kick is hidden. And here's the key, I'm not changing that. So if you can see right here, so everybody can see. I want you to just watch the change in me. I'm not doing, Matt, I'm gonna choke you. Now, right, you see how that kind of, I stopped the choke and then did the kick? I'm choking you, Matt. I am choking you. I am choking. You know, I mean, I'm always choking, but it's more an intention driven than it is physical driven. Classic one is, you know, where someone's sitting here and all of a sudden, like, I look over at Heidi. It's like, and there could be no Heidi, right? But the fact that all of a sudden, like, we're in a standoff and I'm looking somewhere else, and that's like, what the hell? Yeah, I'm throwing that intention over there to kind of get him to go, why is he, you know, what's not happening? Or like, oh man, I'm coming with that punch. You know, I want him to concentrate on me doing something while another part of my body's doing something else. The hard part is I can't switch. I can't go, hey Matt, this left's coming in. Oh, you know, no, it's this one now. Because he saw that. I'm keeping this. This is coming in the whole time. And this is kind of, there's no real intention behind this shot. Okay, so this is difficult. This is second to third non-stop. How can we get back to like real relationships in real life and verbal fights and emotional altercations? We've all had somebody in our life that we've known very well, right? And we've all seen that turn where they're like, and you just know that's bad, right? You can just tell by their body language, their face, their energy. They're just like, I'm just, and you know that like, ooh, kind of want to back up from that. That's kind of what we're getting to. Can you get it to the point in time that they've punched you, and you know, and you've gone from to, and they're like, oh, they already can sense that. All right, can you invoke that? Have you done that to somebody? I'm sure, probably by accident, because you're all good people, you know. But I'm sure at some point in time, somebody said something, and you're just like, and they're like, I'm sorry, even before you've even looked at them, right? That's kind of what we're going for, that early thing where you can kind of get that, and they're like, oh shit, they're coming after me. Yep, I'm kicking you. So imagine that we're just standing here, right, and nothing's happening, and then Lynn's just going to be kind of there. She's just going to react naturally, right? So when she feels a threat coming in, she's just going to kind of back off, right? So she feels the threat coming in, she's going to, so okay, good. I get to about here, right? Okay, well that's kind of like, okay, that's the mark. All right, so now kind of start from that same spot. Okay.
Seriously.
Now I'm to here. Okay, that's good. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to cut down the distance I need to go, all right, to be able to convince her something's going on. All this, like, you know, that same drill here, I'm not, okay, Arden doesn't, I'm choking you, Arden. Doesn't believe it. I'm still feeling that. You know, I'm not even paying attention to this leg. It's just kind of happening. Anger to move the person, right? We're using anger to distract them. But it can be another emotion. It could be bewilderment. It could be like, what the fuck? You know? You imagine those guys who were like getting ready to kind of fight on the battlefield, and all of a sudden an eclipse happened, right? I mean, they're set ready to kill each other. All of a sudden it's like, what the hell is that? And everyone's like, oh my God, what is that? You know, can you actually, you know, you can use other emotions to do this, right? To draw their attention away. Like you said, you know, you and I are here and I'm engaged with you. You know, I'm engaged. I'm like, you know, and that, like, what, why did he break that? That was intense. There must be something really, you know, important over there. If that distracted him, because we and I were about to go to blows. You know, and he's over, you know, he's like looking over there. Something just drew him, and you know, and it's like you can do it with other emotions too. Okay. So that being said, let's go back to the original content. Now take what you just did in these two drills, all right, and put them in there, right? So the first one's coming in. We're getting out of the way. The second one's coming in, and how soon can I get him to move with just this? Just like I'm coming. Okay, don't try. We're not going for the choke this time. We're going for the reaction. We're going for that emotional reaction as you turn on him to come in and like, oh man, then that kick that doesn't have intention comes behind. Does that make sense? Well, it's just like the other drill. 1, 2. If I have to go all the way into here to get him to move, that's the mark, right? That's the mark when he moves. I want how quickly can I get, how much do I not have to move on that turn, on that comeback to get him to move and then deliver the kick? Okay, and so it's not a speed thing. It's actually a minimalization of movement and using intention to kind of make that person move, okay? This is everything on the ground that you're gonna do. All right, it just is. I'm here, Matt's on top of me. He's sitting there. Everything I gotta do, it's going up there. All right, it's happening. All right, with all the intention in the world is this happening. And if it happens, yay. If it doesn't happen, I don't care. I got him to move. Okay? But everything's going up to Matt as I do something with my lower body. Okay? Understand? Mount, guard, any of this. This is, in my mind, the default kata you would want to have. All right? In a ground situation. I don't want to be in a situation here where Matt's just, pounding me. I am automatically mad. Okay, but I am going to be defensive while I'm offensive. He's coming in, I'm going, understand? I'm attacking back. Okay, I'm going for that face. That is happening, period. Or I'm going for something. Because I know, if I get it, great. If he reacts to it, great. Okay, because I'm still doing something with my lower body at the same time. Understand? But all my intention is going to get that. I'm being defensive. I'm getting cover up because I know that's coming after me, but damn right, he knows I'm coming for him. And as he knows he's coming for him, he doesn't realize this is happening back here. There's a difference between, Matt, can you back here? Between me, oh Matt, I'm coming to get your face, oh, big hip movement. That's different. That's not quite it. That's me kind of, again, stopping this and then doing this. Right? Do you see what I'm saying? Matt, I'm gonna fucking get you up. And the hip movements, it's a different feeling, isn't it?
Yep.
All right? I'm always going to get his face. My hips happen to be moving. I'm not going to get his face and then moving my hips. Understand? I'm not changing the intention in my body. Really selling feints well. And not having to go in all the way. All right? So we can think about this in different, Arden comes out and he throws a left here, and he throws a right here, and I'm just, right? So let's actually work this 1 here, 2, I'm gonna draw this out. Okay, and I'm just gonna throw it in. I don't care which side you throw it in, but can we actually get him to move? Keep him convinced there. And oh, hey, I wasn't doing that. So but keep that intention and keep that. Oh, I'm gonna fucking nail you. Or whatever. Okay, mix it up. I don't care. What I want to see is 1, 2. All right, and can you hide the other shot? Can you make them like, oh my god, and they get hit by something else? Don't divert your attention back to the second hit. Keep it up on the first one. Okay? I don't care which position you pick. Just go outside of a couple punches. You'll see there might be an elbow there. There'll be a shuto there. But can you make them, oh my god, start recoiling from that and then boom. Nail him, nail him, nail him. Okay? So Matt's coming in here. 1, 2. I want Matt to react then. I don't want to have to be, okay, 1, 2. Oh, I had to go all the way over here. Oh, now I gotta hit him. Does that make sense? I want Matt to be, Matt. Just the aspect, the thought of it. Okay? Because that's going to be the reaction. Intentional or not. Right? Somebody sees something like that come up, they're gonna move. Well, I gotta have plan B ready to go. Or I set them up to enact plan B. One of those two are gonna happen. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right? It's on purpose or it's by a happy accident. But either way, the reaction is the same. And I have to be able to deliver this. Right now, we're doing it with intention. We're doing it to make them move. We're doing this to make them. Ooh. Okay, but I'm not going in. I'm going slow. I'm using my attention to move him, just like we done the other draw. That was Tangeki. There's a couple definitions of this. The usual one, the one that I was told, was called carry and punch, which literally makes no sense to me. The other one that's out there that's being called is bearing intensity. That one makes a lot more sense to me, just because of the nature of the drill. So I kind of usually stick to that one. You'll see it spelled as Tangeki, T-A-N-G-E-K-I, one word. You'll also see it as two words, depending on where you look. Okay. This is one of those katas that looks just like when you see somebody like, oh, they put the hand up, oh, and they kick him, you know. And it's like, it's not until you really kind of dig into it to understand like what's going on. You know, is this really a feint? Are you really trying to feint? Well, then what if they don't move? Well, how well can you sell the feint? How soon can you sell the feint? You know, are you diverting your attention back down to the kick and kind of like letting him know that you really weren't serious on him? Or can you keep that intention and bring in that kukishin and you kasagai dome, you know, throwing intention aspect in there? Or was this just a happy accident? Like I was going for them, they moved, and how can I quickly switch into plan B? You know, am I sitting there in the beginning like you're waiting for me to kind of clock you, and I use that knowledge that you're waiting to throw this in there? Or is this totally a change in nature? There's so many ways to look at this kata, so many ways, but it really all comes down to you and being able to kind of get in, honestly, get into character, for lack of better terms, but being able to draw on something that can actually, you can use that aggression that someone else can feel. Because we all feel that. We all can tell when somebody's in a bad mood, angsty and stuff like that. How can you use that in a fight? Because chances are you will be angsty. You will have emotion. You know, you're not just gonna be like, oh, hey, well, at least I'm trying to kill me. You know, you're going to be mad. You're going to be upset. Now, what a great trick to understand that they're going to feel that. And if they react to just that, and now you got kind of a step on them.